days Canon's coming out with their new mirrorless camera. That's the M5, the EOS M5. I currently use the EOS M3 for my vlogging system. That's this little guy here. I'm going to go over the details as far as what I use on this camera. It's been very good to me. It's not the fastest focus in the world, but it works great for vlogging and other similar situations. So let's break this down, and I'll go over my system with you on the M3, and then I'll go over some details for the M5, the upcoming M5, and see if it's worth upgrading from the M3 to the M5. Now here I have my M3 system. I got my Rhodes stereo mic on there. I got a low bracket that I can slide out. That enables me to put the mic on the side, because on this M3, the pop-up screen is above the camera itself. It doesn't slide to the side, so for me to be able to see what I'm filming, I have to have the mic off to the side. I'll break down the system and show you the parts and pieces and give you links to what I use off of the set there. So this is the setup I have of my vlogging system. I got my EOS M3 camera right here. That's what I use for travel and vlogging. Got the Rhodes microphone that I attach to the side using this little bracket here. This slides under the bottom carriage of the camera. It's adjustable, so I can move it side to side and also keep a good balance as far as being able to use my camera that. And then I have this Joby kind of go-about tripod. It's similar to Joby. The legs, they expand out and they can hold on to things like you should on most cameras. It's got this simple lock release, self-release there, so it does work pretty good. And then all I do is usually set it up and we're all good to go. So that's my setup for my EOS M3 and my vlogging system. So let's go over the details and the specs on the M5 and compare it to my current M3, and I'll let you know if I'm going to upgrade to it and if maybe you should or not to. Well, the first thing you'll notice on the new M5 is they've updated the style look for more to a DSLR, where on the M3 it was a rangefinder look. Now between the two, they've kept the same CMOS sensor, it's a 24 megapixel, but they've updated the M5 to the dual pixel autofocus, which will give you quicker autofocusing. Now they've kept a similar screen on the M5. It has a 3.2 tilting screen, but it tilts down below the camera, where on mine, the M3, it has a 3-inch screen that tilts up above the camera. So I would still need to use my current setup with the bracket underneath my camera to be able to see what was going on my screen. Now they have an electronic viewfinder on the M5, whereas on the M3, the camera I use, I had to get an optional electronic viewfinder that attaches to the hot shoe up above the lens. M3 camera runs at a 4.2 frames per second, where the new camera M5 runs at 9.0 frames per second, which is much better for sport shooting and action shots that you may want to take. They both have the same video resolution of 1920 by 1080 and also the built-in wireless for transferring files to your app or some other device. As you can see, the M3 is smaller in size and weight, which makes it more portable for me in my work that I do over the M5. So that's just a comparison of a few of the features. What the biggest difference I found was in the price. The M3 runs $429, where the M5 is over double that at $979. So that's a quick rundown of comparison between the M3 that I currently have and the M5 that will be hitting the stores in a couple of days or so. Pre-orders have been out for a few weeks, I know, so some people may have been getting them or about to receive them in a day. I myself am going to stay with my M3 system. It works for me as far as my vlogging and other travel times that I use. It's a very nice light camera to take around. I don't worry about the slow shutter speed, which they've improved over this system from the original EOS M. So I'm going to just stick with this for the meantime until the M6 or whatever else comes out in the mirrorless category. I do like the mirrorless size because it's very convenient to take around and travel with. So if you have the EOS M5 coming in a couple days, let me know in the comments. If you currently have the EOS M3 that I have, let me know also and how you enjoy it and what you use it for. So until next time, go ahead and have a great week. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button, and I'll see you next time.